first rest day after 9 days tomorrow, that would be. How are you feeling right now?
I feel relieved. Of course, it was a very tough match, and I was playing down with my last levels of energy, so of course I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's rest day. I think at this point it's much needed, and it won't break the rhythm, because sometimes rest days do break your rhythm, but I think it's just too important to have one.
And the openings in the first game and the second game of Rapid were the same as in the classical encounter. This Gioco Piano that you're playing, tell us something about it. You have great faith in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice opening to get complex positions, and it's clear that Black hasn't yet figured out a way to sterilize it, unlike in the Berlin or the Marshall. So that's what's going on there, but I mean, everything can change at this level, so we'll see how the trend goes. But for now, everyone seems to be catching on the train, and actually I'm probably the last one to have caught up with it.
And in the second game, this H4 line in this variation, you came up with this new move. What went wrong for Peter in the game?
Well, I think simply the position is quite unpleasant to play with white, and I feel like I came up with good moves. He was trying to find some active way to somehow get counterplay with this Queen H6 and H5, but he missed King C7, and I didn't see King C7 until the moment I played it, and it turns out to be a very strong move to which he is not in time, and he has to settle for this endgame, which looks very unpleasant.
After the game, he said that King C7 is a very nasty move. Can you just tell us why was it so strong, this move?
Well, I mean, why it's difficult to consider it's because you basically allow discovered checks, but they turn out to amount to nothing, and this way you win a very important tempo to be able to take on F5, and also to avoid white take on G6, take on G6, Queen H8 with then a check on the king. So that's I mean, both ideas behind the move King C7. You get your king out of the H rank, which strangely enough is more important than getting him out of the C5, and you protect the queen on D6.
Maxime, you have now qualified to the semi-finals, and you will be playing against Aronian. What are your thoughts on that match?
It should be a very interesting match. I mean, we are pretty good friends. We like to play against each other. We like to tease each other, and I mean, after a good day's rest, I think everything's possible. Everything can happen in this match. Of course, I mean, we probably both wish that there was not that much tension into it, because for him it's his last chance basically to qualify for candidates, discounting the wildcard, and well, for me it would be great as well, because then there wouldn't be too much pressure in Mallorca. So it should really be a good match, and with a lot at stake.
Wesley So yesterday said that candidates is just one tournament and it's not the most important for him. What is your take on this? Is it the most important event for you?
Well, I mean, a few years ago I could sort of agree with him, but I mean, for me, like, time flies, and I haven't played a candidates tournament yet, so I think it's due time, so I should manage to qualify one way or another, even if that's an uphill battle starting from the day after tomorrow.